One, two, one, two. You are now tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diggindaily.com. And as always, you are tuned in to another episode of This Is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Northeast Los Angeles. Today we're going to switch it up on y'all. Today we're going to switch it up on y'all. We got a very special guest. I'm going to let her introduce herself. But who we got live in studio today?
What up, y'all? My name is CORA Love 1.
Nice. And CORA 1, thank you for coming through. Let's get down to business. What are you here promoting? What are you here letting our audience know about today?
Well, I work at a really dope company called AJ's Flower Co. I've been working there for about 2 years, and for a little over a year and a half, I was part of the cultivation team, and I recently transitioned into the marketing team.
Oh, nice. So when we say flowers, we're not talking roses, right? We're not talking tulips. What are we talking about for those that don't know?
We are talking about herb, cannabis, ganja, however you'd like to call it, healing medicine.
Nice. There we go. And then for AJ Flowers, you said you guys are a grower. You guys just a grow only, or what else do you guys do?
Well, in the white side, I think that's what they call it, the legal side, we are vertically licensed, which means that we can grow, cultivate herb, distribute, and we can also manufacture.
Oh, nice. So tell us about some of the products you guys manufacture or you guys grow.
Well, we grow exotics. We have some really nice candies like grape gas. We also have a nice lemon cherry gelato. And we manufacture pre-rolls at the moment.
Nice.
And FYI, our pre-rolls are packed with flour, our smalls. So they tend to burn really slow. And just in general, the herb that we grow burns really nice, white ash, smokes really smooth, smells nice, has good bag appeal.
Nice. So then what would make your grow different than other grows out there?
Ooh, okay. Well, we are still considered a small batch or craft cannabis, but I would say the number one thing is the cultivation team. They have a passion to grow the best herb. There's a really nice synergy. It's real positive within the team and the way that, and I'll say we because I was a part of the team, the way we communicate and care for the plants.
Nice.
So the plants get hooked up every day, meaning like they get their maintenance work, depending on where they at in their growth cycle.
Nice. All right. And then how long have you as growers together? How long have the growers been working together?
Well, like I said, I started there about 2 years ago, and the team was already pretty much set up already. The turnover rate at AJ's is very low. The company out in the market, it's been out for about a year, and when I say about that, it's for instance, Marathon Collective was the first to carry our brand.
Okay.
That was, I believe, last year in July or so. But the company itself, I think it's been up and running for a few more years other than 2. Not too sure how many, but just overall, a lot of the folks, like the founders and things, they've been in the cannabis industry for decades.
What, as a female, what got you intrigued into getting involved into the cannabis game?
I'm a mother, and I live this philosophy or lifestyle called Rastafari, and within that, it's important to educate the youth. And my son, when he was about 5, 6, is when I first got into cannabis as a career, and I did so because it was a way for me to earn, like to stack, like have that pocket in a really short period of time, which then gave me the opportunity to be with my son. For instance, like I'd wake up with him, make him his breakfast, pack his lunch, take him to school, pick him up from school, take him to soccer practice, help him with his homework. And that's what was the motivation, to have more time to spend with my son.
Nice. That work-life balance that we all try to achieve.
Exactly.
Nice.
And it's actually taken me quite far. I started back in 2012, the summer of 2012, in Mendocino County, as a trimmer, so I'm a professional
Nice.
trimmer as well.
Nice. I'm familiar with Mendocino County. My cousins used to live up there for a while. A lot of the best herb grows up there.
So true, true. And that experience opened up the door to learning other things in the industry, like the logistics part of it, transporting, buying as well, learning how to look at packs and identifying which herb is better than the next, things like that. Then in 2016, I was introduced to the world of cultivation. And like I said earlier, I just transitioned out of that about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And the one thing I can say about cultivation, for in my personal experience, is that the plant, in addition to being a nice meditation when you smoke it or ingest it the way you like to, when you work with it and you touch with it and you get to see the cycles, it teaches you things about life, and particularly is that just always move forward in a positive way and give gratitude for what is.
That's fucking beautiful. I ain't even gonna lie. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful way to explain it. Thank you for that. Thank you
No
for that.
problem.
Thank you. So you really have been in every step of the process when it comes to the grow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so how was it for you moving forward now that you're in the marketing side of it now? How does that work for you?
Well, it's been quite a transition because there's systems and platforms and inputting, and it's very different than cultivating.
Yeah.
However, I do have a background in advertising, and earlier this year I took a course in digital marketing, and it's just natural, like like the plants, they grow and they evolve, and even like the strains from when I first started in 2012 to now, they've evolved. People like those exotics. Again, that's what we grow at AJ's.
So let me ask you. I don't know much about the cannabis game, but when you refer to exotics, what do you mean by exotics for those that don't know?
Well, the way it was broken down to me, it's za. It's something, I believe, something that started back in New York. It's a. To be honest, I don't know the exact origin, but I know it's like they're supposed to be like a grade above.
Word. Okay.
But then that's just what's the right word I'm looking for? It's just all relative, because it doesn't mean that herb that isn't exotic isn't as good as exotics.
It's all exotic to me. I'll tell you right now. I'll take a hit out of anything that shit fucks me up. I'm like, damn, I'm high. I ain't even gonna lie.
But what I can say from my experience in growing the herb at AJ's is the consistency, the density of the herb. Like when I say candies, it's like the sweetness of the herb as well.
Nice. All
which
right.
can probably attribute to why it's an exotic.
Got it.
But I'm gonna have to get back to you. I'm gonna ask the main heads up at AJ's and get a proper answer for you.
You have a little bag next to you on the.
Oh,
on
yes.
my guess would be my right, your left. What is that for those that don't know? Is this another product you guys make?
This is actually the packaging. It's a Mylar bag. So when you go into a dispensary and you're asking for AJ's, this is what it's gonna look like.
Nice.
The packaging part. Well, let me tell you, this is very important. So the mission of AJ's is to grow the best herb that we can at the facility, and provide bomb herb at an accessible price. So
I love it. I love it.
so that's why we use a Mylar bag, because it's more affordable than using a jar.
Got it. Nice.
And also, you can see this is a "Hello, my name is" sticker, which is relevant to who the founders are at AJ's. They grew up in that 90s golden hip hop era,
Nice.
and so this is a little representation of who they are
Nice.
as well.
I mean, it has even on the slap has a little graffiti, little hand style on it.
Yeah, definitely. And
Nice.
I'm part of who I am, and as far as a woman in cannabis, all of my experience has been in the black market, or some call it legacy.
Yeah.
And to be working at AJ's, it was a nice transition, because it is a legal company, and there's many things about that's really positive about it. One of it, that it's graph oriented, that's the brand identity. The other thing, it's very family oriented. There, everybody's super positive.
Nice.
It's uplifting to work. It's always uplifting to work with people like that all have the same objective, which is to provide balm as herb.
Nice. If I'm looking for you guys, what shops can I go to?
There's a few of them. I believe we're in about 40 throughout California. I know
Nice.
we're up in the Bay. We're up in the Valley. We're at also like at Catalyst, Catalyst Pomona, Catalyst San
Nice.
Bernardino, Catalyst Palm Desert. We're at Off the Charts, which is here in LA, off of La Cienega. We're also at Dr. Green Thumbs in Westwood.
Nice. Nice.
Yes.
Also, all very suitable, knowledgeable locations.
Yes.
Make sure you guys go out there and check it out. Man,
What else would you like to know?
this is the first time. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first time I have somebody that's inside the cannabis game, and I'm just like, for the first time, I'm stuck on questions.
Ooh.
I'm just like, because there's so much you want to know, but then when the opportunity comes, you're just like, I think I got nervous.
Well, what I can take you is through like a preview of like the grow, like the cycle of a plant.
Yeah,
So-
educate us on that.
So at AJ's, we have some really nice rooms. Like I said, the facility is nice, well kept, really clean. And that's important because the environment of the trees is important to their own well-being, their health, and the way that they grow. So in our veg rooms, that's where we host or we take care of the moms, and I like to call them babies. The babies are the clones, and we cut the clones from the mothers. And then once we plug the clone, which means we grow in rock wool, or it's hydroponics. So it's the little plug. It's small. It's like this small. So it's a little cube, and it'll grow its roots. And then once it grows its roots, then we plug it into like it's a 1x1 rock wool cube as well. And so at AJ's, it'll live in that particular square until it's harvested.
Nice.
But once it's plugged, once it has its roots and then it's plugged, then what we do is it grows into what they call a teenager. And once it's at that phase, then it's ready to get flipped into the flower room. So the veg room has a particular temperature and humidity, and the nutrients that they consume, the way they grow is a little bit, they need that environment to thrive.
Yeah.
And once they're flipped into the flower room, then the temperature changes, there's less humidity, the lights are a little bit stronger in there, and they'll be there for 9 weeks.
Nice. All right.
And then week by week, then it'll need a different type of maintenance. And part of what I used to love of that maintenance, that plant work, was it's called deleafing. And that's when we remove the fan leaf. So the fan leaf is that famous cannabis leaf everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
We remove them, and that way it has more light, more airflow. But for me, being with the plant, and usually we would deleaf like most of the day.
Yeah.
It's such a meditation, and it's just the herb smells so sweet. So
It's like there's like so much attention to the flower that you guys are giving it, hands on. Nice.
Yes.
It is like a child. Nice.
Yeah, and that's why they're so beautiful. They thrive for the most part. The plants always thrive at AJ's, and then that's what brings in that consistency when the end user, the consumer, smokes it.
Nice. Let me and this might be a dumb question, but are you guys growing multiple strains at one time? Do you guys only grow one strain at a time?
Right now, we're growing 6 strains that are sold at the dispensaries.
Nice. Does each strain get different attention?
No, it's usually about the same.
But about the same. Nice.
And then I know the like Fish, who's the master grower, and then there's Rob. He takes care of the veg room. But pretty much those that have been there for a minute, or those that are advanced in their grow skill sets, they're always doing research to find out, what the market wants, where can they source like the best seeds.
Yeah.
And then they'll also have like test runs within the flower rooms.
Nice.
And if something, it works, then they'll grow it.
Do you guys, for marketing, do you guys have like a social media page or anything like that?
We do. We have the AJ's has one, which is AJSFLOWERCO. So you do have to type in the entirety of it to get the proper one.
Okay. And then there, they'll be able to see some of the strains and.
Yeah, they'll be able to see the flower that we grow and a few other things that we do that are AJ's.
Do you guys ever do what's the word I'm looking? You guys ever do anything where like there's tastings or anything like that, where people want to, if they want to try it, like firsthand? Do you guys do anything like that? Or you guys at any like special events or anything like that?
Yes, and yes. There's different things that we do. Like in marketing, we go into the dispensaries that do carry our flower, and we educate the staff about AJs, about the strains, about the mission, things like that. So the bud tenders get to try our samples. The other thing that we do is we'll go into the community and participate at certain events and give out samples in exchange
Nice.
for a follow or in exchange for other information.
Nice. So there you go. If you guys you guys heard this interview and you guys want to dig in deeper and check out the product, follow them on Instagram at AJ. It's AJS.
AJS, yeah,
AJSFLOWERCO. You gotta type in the whole thing. Type in the whole thing and make sure you guys follow them on Instagram so that way you guys can get caught up to date with anything they got going on. And then also too, make sure you guys check out their strains. You guys have a lot of pictures on there?
Yes, and then there's some videos too.
Nice. So for the marketing side of it, how are you enjoying that?
I'm enjoying it. It's like I said, it's a different schedule. I'll go into the facility. We have a weekly meeting, and that's where we'll discuss what's going on for the week, which events we're going to be hitting up, and things like that.
Nice.
Then I also get to work from home, and a couple of days of the week, then I'll be out in the field. Like actually today, this morning, I was at Off the Charts on La Cienega. We did a education for the staff, and then a PAD, which is a promotion. So it's like an agreement between the brand and the shop. And so today, if you were to pull up into OTC, you can buy an eighth, and then you receive 2 free pre-rolls.
Nice. And then do you guys advertise when you guys do that with the dispensaries? Do you guys advertise that on your Instagram so that way people know where they can get the deals at?
You know what? I know that's up and coming. The marketing
Okay.
team is still fairly new. Like I said, maybe 2-3 months into it.
Well, I just gave you ideas, so make sure you guys give me credit for that.
Most definitely.
Put me on the marketing team, y'all. Put me on the marketing team. AJ
Most
Flowers.
definitely,
I know you're
yes.
watching. Put me on the marketing team, dog. I got you. I got all sorts of ideas.
True. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Cora, for coming through. Before we close out this interview, any shout outs, anything you want to close out with before we close out?
Well, I just want to give a shout out to Bam1. That's my son. Shout out to everybody at AJ's, and particularly the cultivation team for just doing what they do, loving the plant. Shout out to just anybody who's checking this interview. I give thanks. Give thanks to you and Boxer for having me, and just make sure to live in gratitude and be good.
Thank you for the quick lesson and the education during the interview. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I feel like I know a little bit more than I did know 15 minutes ago. So thank you for that.
True. The other thing is, if anybody has any questions or needs clarification, you can also reach me directly on Instagram, Cora Love One. That's CORALOVEONE. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Or you can shoot a DM to the AJ's Flower Co. IG. Somebody will answer you.
Got it. All right, cool. Well, with that being said, if you guys don't know already and you guys want to learn where they're at, you guys want to check out some of their leaf, you guys want to check out what they got, make sure you go to Instagram, AJSFLOWERCO, AJ's Flower Company. Make sure you guys spell it out directly so you guys can check them out. And with that being said, I hope we get to grow together. Digging Daily and AJ's Flowers. Hopefully this helps. Thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate that.
All right. Give thanks again.
Peace.
Peace.